Corrigan Oil 200. This is the number 16 Hino Toyota. We are joined by crew chief Scott Zipadelli and the driver Brett Moffitt. This is his 4th win on the year. We will open it up to questions for Brett and Scott. If you raise your hand, we'll go to Bob.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. Brett, where do you see your team going into the playoffs?
A lot better now. We kind of had a rough little patch there where we still had really fast Tundras and everyone was working hard, but we just didn't have things go our way and we didn't execute the races like we needed to. So it's good to have one work out. I wouldn't say we had the most speed today, but we had a really good handling truck, and that was what was key. And we've had good trucks all year long. So it's just an honor to get to drive them. We got a lot of momentum going in the playoffs now. Got some more playoff points today, and that's a positive feeling.
Go back to Bob.
Is it important to beat a guy like Sauter, a guy that you would expect to be one of the guys that you're running against for the title?
Yeah, certainly. I already see him unless something weird happens. He's going to be one of the final 4 at Homestead, and he's the only other guy to win 4 races this year, and it's good to be able to join him on that level and get some points back on him. And we're tough competitors and we don't like losing to each other, so it's good to go out on top.
We're going to go over to the far left and then to Reed and then Wolfgang.
Taylor DeSormo with MLive.com. I think 4 of your 5 wins have come on the last 2 laps of a race. You've taken the lead. Is that just a coincidence, or is there something special you're hiding?
I'm a better hunter than hunted, I guess. It seems to be if the money's on the line, I can grab that extra gear and get aggressive. But, you don't need to lead all of them.
We'll come up front to Reed.
Reed Spencer, NASCAR Wear Service. Johnny was in here second-guessing himself, saying that he probably should have run the bottom on that last lap. Do you think if he had that you could have beaten him to the outside?
Yeah, I had momentum, so I don't know. That's a good question. It probably would have been easier for him to slide up and block if he was on the bottom and then slid up to the outside. So I don't know. We were really good entry to center of 3. I was able to hold it wide open and get a good run down in there. And then once I got to his quarter panel, that was kind of the nail in the coffin. But it's still a drag race back, and I was trying not to get too far ahead of him to where he could come back and side draft me back. So it was close. It was good racing, and just glad we were able to come out on top.
We're going to go to Wolfgang and then Lee and then Chris.
Question for the crew chief, Greg Zipadelli. Brett started from row 11 in qualifying, or for the race, sorry, after qualifying was in row 11. Did you make any significant changes to the car before the race?
No, we didn't. That's pretty much a product of the 2 engines that the Camping World Truck Series allows us to race, the NT1 and the OEM engine. It's been something that's kind of going on all year with our team. Is excuse me, our qualifying hasn't been as good as it was last year. As you could see, we sat on a few poles last year and didn't win any races, and we haven't sat on any poles, and we've won 4 races. So we knew coming here that qualifying would be an issue, but we worked on our game plan and stuck to it. And this engine has a lot of advantages to it, and it prevailed today.
We'll go to Lee and then Chris.
Scott, how has morale changed since Mr. Moffitt has come into the team?
The morale in the team has always been good. There's just something about I guess there's three of us, right? There's 4. 3 of us that have worked together before, and it's just like putting an old pair of shoes on. They work. You still like the shoes. They still feel good, and we still enjoy what we do. But we're all very, very serious, and we don't take anything for granted. So right now, obviously, how could the morale be bad, right? But pretty much how I approach it, and the boys have kind of followed suit, that there's a lot of things in this world that can really mess you up. So to race cars for a living is a huge privilege, and winning is a huge privilege, and it's a major bonus to work with people you really like, to be successful and to win it's just a huge gift, actually. Very thankful. Thank you.
Go to Chris.
Chris.catchfence.com. Brett, you guys go to Bristol next weekend. You guys feel like that you guys can go to Bristol and win, or you know, what's the aspect of going there? And do you guys feel like that right now you guys are the championship team to beat?
As far as Bristol goes, yeah, certainly. Me and Scott ran second there 2 years ago at Red Horse Racing, and you know, we have fast trucks every week. So you know, our short track program at Iowa and Gateway was really, really strong, and that puts some more confidence in me. But I think Bristol, you know, it always is a little bit of a survival race. It seems like at the end things start to go haywire, and so if we can survive and stay up front and have decent speed, I think we'll be having a good shot at victory lane again. Oh, as far as the championship team goes, you know, I've felt all year long, you know, we're a potential champion team. We just need to cross all our T's, dot all our I's, and the biggest thing is execution. We've had the speed all year. We've worked well together all year. We've made our trucks better throughout every single race in minimal time. And so the biggest thing is just going to be executing on the playoffs, and then when we get to Homestead, go have a perfect day.
Is there any race in the playoffs that the OEM manufacturer could be a Achilles heel for you guys?
I would say Talladega is huge. As you can see, if you look back at the speeds at Daytona, we were at a major deficit. NASCAR's made some changes to the plate that the NT1 engine is going to run, which should they think they're going to be even. I don't think it's going to be even, but we can't cry about it. It is what it is. But Talladega is kind of a crapshoot in itself as it is, so I don't expect to have blistering speed and qualifying single car or single truck down there, but we'll do what we always do. We'll stick to the plan, get our truck driving as best we can, and you know, like Brett says, just execute.
Go back to Wolfgang.
Yeah, sorry. A second question for Greg Cipodelli. You're going from Michigan. Pun?
Greg Zipadelli's over in the driver owner.
Oh,
lot.
sorry.
Yeah, he's on the couch drinking a beer over in his
Yeah.
motorhome.
Sorry for that. A question for you, for cruise chief. You're going from Michigan next week to Bristol, one extreme quick oval, fast oval to a short oval. How much is this a challenge to prepare the car for Bristol next weekend?
That's probably the easiest challenge we have, really. It's not a problem for us. We're well prepared for Bristol. The truck's been put together. We started setting it up before we left on Thursday, and looking forward to getting back in the shop and finishing that truck up. But that's easy. We know what we got to do. The biggest thing is reviewing the races and having a good game plan on how, and watch the race unfold with the PJ1 down on the surface. That's probably the biggest obstacle of Bristol.
Do we have any final questions? Go back there.
Aaron Bearden, Kicking the Tires. Brett, when we saw you in here a couple years ago, you were in the midst of kind of a scramble to try to find what you could when you won. I mean, you haven't ran full-time in a competitive ride in 5 years. So what does it mean for you now to be where you're at and be on the cusp of a playoff run as one of the favorites?
It's great. You know, running for a championship is obviously mentally a lot more difficult than running one-off races here and there. When I ran here 2 years ago and won, I didn't even know if I'd be in the car the next week. So, you know, it was just aggressive, go lay it all on the line, and that was it. Where now you got the whole points equation coming into it, and obviously with the new style points, it's not as big a deal as long as you got wins in the bank. And but it's great to have this opportunity that Shigeatori's given me. It's fun when we can be aggressive and when we have fast trucks, and I don't feel like we're ever on defense in a race. I feel like we're always on the attack. So that makes my job a lot easier, a lot more fun, and it's just fun working with all these guys here.
Anything else for Scott or Brett? Lee, up front.
Lee Spencer Racing Boys. Brett, just curious, has your phone rang with, you know, teams that maybe would have passed on you in Cup in the past, calling you now, asking what your plans are for 2019?
It is not, but it seems like a good weekend to hang around and try.
We've got his phone blocked. We got to get
Yeah.
through Miami.
This seems like a good place to win after everything that's came out. But no, it's nothing yet.
All right, gentlemen. Well, congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us today.